Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
Wait, could this really be it? Could he truly be doing it? He is! He finally is! I knew you had what it took to draw this power out onto the surface. This was what I was hoping you'd do. And so now step forward and enter into a higher realm of power and show the top 5 strongest exactly what your true power is made of.
As our story continues with a semi-conscious Goku now being shown moments away from being eliminated from the tournament against the top 5 strongest, as with Goku now having to seemingly feel something very different about himself, it was only upon being shown having to gaze up in the sky where Goku went on to then say to himself, "Is that them that I'm feeling all around me? I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't have the strength to overcome him. I never intended for any of this to be this way, and I'm sorry for all the times where I could have been there but wasn't. Maybe Budo was right. Maybe this time I was selfish to only fight for myself. But even if I was, that doesn't mean that I will never fight for any of you. You are who I fight to protect," Goku continues, "and you are the ones whom I will die for if needed, just like it was before. What was it that we saw deep inside of me that I'm not able to see myself? This power, the greater sum of what I am, a Saiyan with the technique of the angels. Why can't I combine them?" Goku questions. "I could never imagine what life would be like without you," Goku continues, "and just as much as I have changed all of you, it was you all who have changed me as well, and I can't imagine losing you all, especially if I'm not there to fight to protect you. I never would have dreamed to fight a warrior like this, but if I was able to rise back up and break through my shell before, then why can't I do it now? Without you, I am nothing, and so I have to continue to push through, even if I die, because I am ready to die if it means keeping my family safe. I need to find a way to break through one more time if it means protecting all of you from the dangers that may lie ahead. I have to," as the Grand Priest went on to then continue. 6? Oh, I'm afraid this is it, Whis. Though you did your best with the time given, Budo and the rest of the mightiest did not reach the position they are currently in overnight, nor did it come without many struggles just as the ones which Goku has faced. 7? Oh, I just don't understand why it has to be like this, but you did your best, Goku, Whis went on to say to himself, and I only wish that things could have ended differently. To where upon now getting a point of view shot with Goku's eyes being shown fading while looking at Budo, it was just upon Goku shown having to fade in and out out of consciousness, where Goku went on to continue, outside of Whis, this guy is the toughest opponents that I ever had the opportunity to face, and yet somehow, I feel like I've been in this position before. And I know this because I have. And if I was able to fight through those who came before him, such as Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu, Lord Beerus, Jiren, Broly, Moro, and many others, then I could find a way to fight through again. I am a Saiyan after all. It's in my blood that I rise. It's what I saw in that mirror realm too. Against everything that stands in my way, I have to still fight and try, even if I die. Hey, that's my energy attack from earlier, Goku went on to say to himself. That looks like home, as Budo went on to chime in. So you're still conscious, huh? What do you keep looking at, Saiyan? You seem a bit intrigued by something, as Yoshida went on to also chime in. Hey, wait, take a look at the Saiyan's tail there. Why is it moving like that while his body remains planted on the ground? That's odd. Call it what you will, but it looks like his tail is reacting to something that the Saiyan is looking at. Has he gone insane from the beating or what? With Akuma responding, I believe it is, because look closely. His life force and the energy around his body seems to be changing, but why? To which, as soon as Goku's body was now beginning to react in echoing upon having to see his own energy ball from before, it was just upon Goku now being shown having to gaze on up, where Goku went on to then continue, I can feel you, my home. 8? So hold on there, the Grand Priest responds. There appears to be a change taking place. Does any of this look or feel familiar to you, Whis? Could it really be? Whis questions. It has to, but there doesn't appear to be a moon anywhere in this realm that I can see. Wait, unless, as even Budo himself went on to quickly take notice by responding, what's this? His body appears to be responding to something which is causing his energy to increase rather than decrease. How very interesting of him, but it doesn't look like this is being done on his own accord. This could prove to be rather worth my time, and so let's see what comes from this. As Yoshida went on to chime in, look there, his hair is going back to silver while the other half of him remains in base. This guy is something else, you know that? Maybe the beating that he received from Budo a few seconds ago must have triggered something, with Whis responding, yes. I've seen this from Goku before while training him, and so I think I know what this could be, but without a moon present, something else appears to be causing him to go into this metamorphosis-like stage. Well, I will hereby pause this countdown on grounds of a technicality, the Grand Priest went on to comment, and so we will watch and see what comes from this before declaring if Goku is eliminated or not, so we will observe. Yes, I can see it now. I'm certain of it, but what could this mean without a moon present? Whis continues. Whatever this means, I can only hope that this is the moment that I've been training you for. His energy continues to fluctuate while on a steady incline, and so killing him now would be your best bet, Budo, Akuma says. It's better to mitigate the situation now before he tries something funny, with Budo responding, then let the mortal try, it won't matter, so let's see what comes from this. Either way, he's not winning, so it doesn't matter, as Goku went on to then mumble,
I can't let anything happen to my home. They are all that I have, and so I won't let anything happen to my family or my homeworld.
I knew it, Akuma went on to comment. Now watch and see. The Saiyan's about to change, and depending on what it is, he will either pull through or he will die in the process, and so it's likely a form, with Yoshida responding, form? What form? The Saiyan never went on to use anything like this against Budo, and so what are you getting at here? But then, it was just upon Goku now being shown having to undergo this metamorphosis where Whis went on to then shout, I knew it! Goku, listen to the sound of my voice! Do not allow for the power of the Great Ape to overtake your mind and overturn your body! Fight it! Condense this power and merge it along with your Ultra Instinct, as Budo went on to then chime in, so he's turning into that giant monkey, is he? And I remember this after looking into his history, but this can't be the case, because without a moon for him to use as a trigger point to transform, then it would be impossible for him to try and evolve. So there appears to be something else that's driving him to do this, if not a moon. Wait, hold on a second, Budo went on to turn. Was this the cause of what he kept staring at? It was, and so that's it. He's using this ball of energy as a substitute for a moon. So maybe he never intended on missing this on purpose. It was planned. How clever of you, Saiyan. Alright then, I'll play along, so show me what's next, Budo went on to smile. To which that was exactly what Goku ended up doing, because as soon as Goku is now shown having to undergo this very ferocious transformation, it was just upon with Goku now being shown having to unleash a gigantic wave of power where the Grand Priest went on to chime in, "Goodness, what a frightening power Goku is unleashing. So I take it that you helped him through this while training him, Whis?" With Whis responding, "Only briefly, since I never saw Goku go as far as to keep himself from turning into a great ape," Whis says. "Only the aftermath of such things, and so I'm not sure on whether or not he will turn into one or control it, but by having Goku undergo a similar metamorphosis that Broly went through, only in reverse, would that only assure for him to be able to access the true peak of what his Saiyan bloodline is capable of, along by merging the power of Ultra Instinct along with it, will it only go on to create the ultimate power for Goku to use. And not only would he ascend into reaching a new level that only he can reach, but it will also allow for him to have his own unique variation to Ultra Instinct that is different from our own, in thus allowing for Goku to fight freely without using one more than the other, with the Grand Priest asking, "Oh, a deadly and risky gamble to take, I would imagine, but are you sure that this will work in the Saiyan's favor?" "Well, at this point it must," Whis responds. The goal was to have Goku merge these powers into one, which would therefore combine the strength of the Great Ape with the speed and agility of Ultra Instinct, in thus giving way to a new level altogether with no drawbacks. Though Broly wasn't mentally strong enough to control the Great Ape, in thus of course resulting in him having to lose his mind in the process, if Goku can do this somehow, however, then overall the combination of his primal nature and Ultra Instinct could potentially make Goku unbeatable compared to before. Though it would be hard to say that even if he does this, if he'd be stronger than the other four, as Budo went on to oversee this by responding, "Well, that was a surprise, but that's right, monkey man. Do what you need to do before I kick the last crutch that your body is depending on right out of your hands. Or maybe I won't even have to lift a finger," he continues. "Maybe you'll just do what your people are typically known for and you'll destroy yourself in the process." Well, it sounds like we are either going to witness a miraculously spectacular moment or a tragedy just waiting to happen, the Grand Priest adds. "Oh, this may be your one and only chance to make a real difference, Goku," Whis chimes in. "Remember who you are at your core. Remember what you're fighting for. Remember why you are fighting, and remember the countless ceilings you've shattered," Whis shouts. "This is the moment where I need you to evolve. Do not let this be the end." To which upon Goku now shown having to undergo this freakish transformation, it was only upon him having to do so where he from that point had then momentarily gone as far as to overhear his granddaughter Pan, as Pan went on to mumble, "Hi Grandpa, I miss you."
Pan.
To where as we now begin to venture on over deeper into Goku's consciousness, we only from that point then get to overhear how multiple voices are speaking out to Goku, as these voices were now seemingly coming from Goku's loved ones, as all of these voices went on to then tell him, "I can't wait to see you again, Grandpa. Wake up, Dad, you can win. We believe in you, Dad. We are right here with you, Goku. Fight for what you believe in, Goku. Get back up and fight, Kakarot. You are more than this, Goku. You are the best, Goku. Don't quit." As it was just upon with Goku now having to hear these voices where he finally had gone as far as to wake up by responding, "Whoa, what is this place? I can hear everyone as though they were standing all around me. I feel like I know this place. Wait, am I within my own mind and consciousness? Why do I feel like I've been here before?" As meanwhile back on the surface, with Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku now shown having to stop, this in and of itself had now even gone as far as to surprise Whis, as Whis went on to comment he stopped. He was actually able to stop himself from turning into the Great Ape. I've never seen him do this before, which means that it's working. Yes, Goku! Just like that, go towards the light. Hey, my body stopped floating, Goku went on to add. But why am I here? I only ever saw brief glimpses of this place when I was transforming into a Great Ape, but now I'm fully in here. Oh, what a strange feeling. I can sense my power moving like water all around me. One that feels like it's tied to my roots as a Saiyan, and one that feels like it's tied to the angelic nature of where my Ultra Instinct comes from. But it's so dark in here. But then, it was just upon Goku now having to observe and noticing two spherical objects in front of him, that was when Goku went on to then continue. Hey, wait, I think that's the source of why I'm able to feel my power echoing all around me. Are those the two orbs that make up for the sum of both of my powers? It is, isn't it? Oh, but why can't I reach out and touch them, Goku questions? They're both right there, but yet feel as though they're both so very far away. Why do I have this feeling like these things are alive or something? Oh, it's almost like they're trying to tell me something because now they're both shaking. Yeah, I think this is what Whis kept talking about, and I'm supposed to combine you both in order for me to enter into the next level. And well, if there was any other better time for that to happen, then right now would be best, Goku says. And I'm not sure if talking this out will do anything to help me, but I really need you to help me. There is so much more for me to experience, and so I am ready to accept this as being my greatest ascension ever. And I can't win without bringing you both together as one. Because it's not only for my sake, Goku continues, but it's for the sake of everyone who is counting on me and who believes in me. Please help guide me into breaking through just like I've broken through many times before. To which meanwhile on the surface, as Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku was shown clutching onto his skull, it was only upon now being shown having to do so where the Grand Priest went on to add, well, it looks like his rage is getting the better of him at the moment, and so he may not be able to fully keep this together on the surface, given the extreme pressure that he is shown putting his body through, with Whis chiming in, oh, but I know that he can do it. He's come this far, and so all he needs is just one more push for this to work. Oh, this is it, Goku, Whis went on to shout. It's now or never, and so release yourself from these chains that bind you and transcend. Free yourself and do it now. There's something different about his Ultra Instinct now compared to how he used it a few minutes ago, Budo went on to note. What exactly does Whis mean by combining the sums of what makes up for his power? Did the mortal really find a way to evolve beyond his current Ultra Instinct level, or is he simply putting on a light show for me? Well, one way or another, if he doesn't do what Whis keeps yelling at him for to do, then he's finished. So now prove to me on why you are worthy of my time, or I will see to it that I crush you before you have a chance to strike again, Saiyan. Takeda, tell me, the Grand Priest went on to then ask, did you foresee this to be what happens? Is this why you've been patiently observing? With Takeda responding, yes, I knew this Saiyan would evolve, and so I watched to see if anything would change, and it turns out that it didn't. Now watch, he's about to completely change, Takeda continues. Whoa, hey, they're getting closer and closer, Goku went on to say to himself. I know this is a long shot, and I'm not sure what will happen, but I'm ready to take my chances and see what my fate is going to be. And so I can't do it without you, Goku continues. I need to do this not only for me, but for Whis and Lord Beerus, and for all the people of Earth, and for all of my friends, and especially for my loved ones and for my family, as it was only then, just within that very moment, where all of a sudden both orbs were now shown having to merge themselves within Goku at the exact same time, by from there being shown shooting into his chest, with Goku's entire body now having to be shown covered in a blinding light, as as meanwhile back on the surface, instead of having his entire body now transform itself into becoming a great ape, instead, Goku was now shown having to finally control this within himself. As Whis went on to chime in, he's doing it! Yes, he's finally doing it! He stopped himself from having the primal nature of his Super Saiyan bloodline take control, and so now he is the one who is taking control. Well, what a truly spectacular display of power, the Grand Priest went on to chime in. The entire Null Realm is shaking under the tremendous force that Goku is letting out. But tell me something then, Whis. What can we expect to see from Goku once this evolution of his is finally complete? With Whis responding, well, from what I can understand, we can expect a completely different and better polished warrior once Goku's evolution is complete. To undergo and fully be able to pull this off by no means is an easy task for anyone, let alone Goku to be able to accomplish here, but to see him now begin to enter the next stages of his power is nothing short of spectacular. This was the way, Goku. I can only hope that you pull this off now in succession and finally win. To which, with Goku now having to let out a fearsome shout by having his power echo all throughout the Null Realm, it was just upon with the others now having to observe this where Yoshido went on to then comment, his power is completely different than it was before. It feels more chaotic yet calm in nature, just like that Ultra Instinct of his. Say, what happens if he can't do it, Yoshido questions. Does he die? Yes, then he will die, Akuma responds, and if he dies while attempting to ascend, then it's over. Interesting, Budo went on to chime in. Alright then, Saiyan, show me this great power that you kept bragging about to me then. This will be your one and only chance to do it, so now prove me wrong. To which, as soon as Goku is now shown transcending, it was right upon having to go back within Goku's consciousness where Goku went on to respond, I can feel it. Yes, I can feel it calling for me. It's there. They've merged. And now it's time to awaken it. To which, back on the surface, as we now get to see how Goku was finally beginning to come back into his own, it was only upon with the others having to observe this where the Grand Priest went on to question, right there, do you feel that too, Whis? Yes, he did it. And so now he is about to change right now. To which, as soon as Goku was now shown doing so, it was just upon with Goku's body now beginning to change where from out of nowhere a gigantic aura was now shown erupting that had from that point gone as far as to now shake everything within the Null Realm as we knew it, to where with Goku's new evolution now shown behind the aura, it was only upon Budo shown patiently waiting where Budo went on to respond, now I see, so this is what your true power consists of. Interesting. I've never seen this kind of form come from Son Goku before, the Grand Priest responds. And what exactly is this, Whis? With Whis responding, no, and neither have I, in fact, Whis responds, but this here, Grand Minister, is something truly beyond anything Goku ever was before. Whoa, now would you look at that, Yoshido went on to respond. The Saiyan is actually still alive, and look, it appears as though he was able to somehow evolve. Well, quite the light show, in fact. Now we're talking. His entire aura has shifted, Akuma went on to respond. His power feels much different than it did a few moments ago, but why? The Saiyan never showcased this transformation before, so now what is this? As it was only lo and behold where finally, with Goku now being shown having to merge the greater sums of both who he is as a Saiyan along with Ultra Instinct into one, it was just then with Goku's new form having to finally be brought out onto the surface where Whis went on to then comment, this is something that goes beyond the standard Super Saiyan power and one that is born through the fire that burns within, along with the angelic nature that makes up for the power of his Ultra Instinct. And by now finally merging the two into having them become one, what we are witnessing before our very own eyes right now is the birth of Goku's Primal Ultra Instinct, as it was only right then and there during that exact moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 36 special then comes to a close. Now this this is it. After everything that Goku was shown going through under having to train with Whis this entire time, Goku was now finally able to take the greater sums of the two powers that lie within him and combining them both into one, and from that point not only having to give Goku now a much greater survival rate in having to endure and battle against Budo, but this is only simply now going to be the beginning of so much more to come, because now we are going to finally get to see if Goku is able to clear out the 5th strongest in the multiverse before he advances onto number 4, to where all of that and so much more can be expected to be dropping in the upcoming manga chapter, which is that of manga chapter number 37, which of course will be made available first for all of my Patreon members out there to see. So if you would not only want to support the channel as well as the content, but also gain exclusive access to so much more, including early previews and videos, then I do encourage you all to become a member and join our Patreon community today. Patreon.com/UnrealEntGaming. The links to that will be located both down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well, to which again, if it were not for you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So again, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you all were entertained. Tune back in for so much more, and with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.